A safety business because you wanted to protect people, but somewhere along the way, the job started controlling your time, your schedule, your priorities, even your income potential. What if the expertise you've built over the years in the field can give you something more? More freedom, more control, more ownership of your future. I'm Sheldon Primus, the author of 7 Steps to Starting a Profitable Safety Consulting Business and the host of the Safety Consultant Podcast, with more than 350 episodes helping safety professionals become consultants and grow their career. Consulting changed my life. In fact, I'm a full-time RVer, and one consulting contract paid for my home I live in today. Now, I help safety professionals build their own consulting practice through bi-weekly coaching calls, accountability, and personal guidance. But this program isn't for everyone. Start with the Consultant Readiness Audit at sheldon.co.
Sheldon Primus.
Welcome to the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus, where we blend safety smarts with business brilliance and a pinch of Sheldon's signature wit. Whether you're a safety pro, a fresh-faced consultant, or just safety curious, get ready for a show that'll educate, entertain, and elevate your safety game. Let's dive into the art of consulting with your safety Sherpa himself, Sheldon Primus.
This episode is powered by Safety FM.
All right, welcome, gang. How are you all doing? I am doing pretty good. You guys got me currently in my hotel room. So I am in not my space hotel room, but my actual hotel room that is in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, doing some work for a client. So doing some client work in the field, figured I might as well do an episode while I'm here and give you guys, something that we haven't done in a while, right? So it's been a couple weeks, a little busy, so I wanted to make sure we had some time to go in with another podcast episode. And wherever you're listening to me now, what's up? What I also want to share is if you do have anything that you want to put into the chat box and ask me questions and stuff like that, then please do. So I'm going to kill my virtual background. You don't need it. There you go. Hotel room. So I made my bed. See, I didn't have anybody do that today. I'm back in the office. This area is now my office. That's what I get used to. Whenever I'm out in the field, I try to make wherever I am my office, so I get stuff done. So it's all right. All right. So now, I didn't tell you the main thing, which is I'm Sheldon Primus, and this is the Safety Consultant Podcast, a show where I teach you the business of being a safety consultant, teach you about OSHA compliance, learn about just honestly how to run your business, but then also EH&S specialty stuff. We talk to different people who are experts and friends, and then also we talk about some OSHA compliance or safety compliance. Can get my glasses fixed. They're like all sideways and everything. Maybe it's my head. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do that? Anyway, those of you that are listening to me on the podcast didn't get to see that tomfoolery. But those of you that are watching me on the social medias that I've got, you saw all that stuff. Hopefully it won't be too bad. But as far as today's episode, what we're going to talk about real quick, and excuse any background noise or anything like that, I'll let you guys know right away. But what we're going to talk about is something I haven't mentioned in a while, and I've been trying to go back to old episodes years and years back since we've been doing this for 6 years now. Just trying to make sure that I go back over some things I never mentioned or haven't mentioned in a long time. One of those things is our episode right now. The episode is going to focus in on you doing your own events. A lot of you may be doing some webinar work for other companies, which is good. I do that myself from time to time. It helps expand your exposure to different organizations and different audiences, which is just fine. You will need to do that to get your name out. But if you also want to increase your business and help yourself with the revenue and reaching your own audience and making sure you touch base with them, it's always a good thing to host your own event. So for me, if you go to sheldonprimus.events, sheldonprimus.com/events, sheldonprimus.com/events, then you'll be able to see when my events are. I actually am working on a few, and I'm even thinking about 2027 events. So that's right, 2027 events are coming. I'm going to do posting on the event pages. So whenever you guys want to do an event with me or see me either live or online, then check that page. So again, that's the sheldonprimus.com/events page. And then you'll be able to really kind of keep up with it. So what I want you guys to do for yourself, though, is also think about what can you do that you could help you kind of reach out to your own personal audience. I am first let's start with the why. All right, so the why of this and the event portion is going to be related to what can you personally do for yourselves or your business and everything else that is even more beneficial than supporting you. Nothing. You're literally going to do an event that is going to help support you financially, and it's going to help connect you with your audience. Everyone will have your own audience, and some of the audience, they're willing to spend some money to get more of you, which is fine. And that's honestly, it's humbling, and you want to make sure that you're going to give them a super event that's going to be helpful for them. It's going to be something that will help them solve a solution, and that's the next thing of why you're going to do it. You're going to solve a problem, but it's supporting you. You have to trust in yourself and support yourself in some ways. So that's one of the ways that it makes it a little bit easier for you to help support yourself. So what you're going to want to do, honestly, is host your own business events. So priority, or should say, thing number one, why not support yourself? So if you can, you want to support yourself in the best way possible, reaching out with your audience and making sure that you can connect. It's face-to-face sometimes, or it could be online, still face-to-face, but it's got a digital version to it. And I love doing that. So next reason to support your audience is the thing I slipped out with, is because of the solving problem portion. You're doing what you're doing to solve a problem for your businesses that you go to and you consult for. So now on an individual basis, or even on a corporate basis, if you do an event, you now are going to have a one-on-one conversation or one-on-many conversation related to the specific problem, because your event's going to be on an item or a topic, and you're going to try to keep your event where it's focused on the one thing, solving the one problem. Sure, you could have many modules to solving the one problem, but it's going to be one main focus. So when you're doing your event, you're going to solve their problem. They're going to come away with knowing that they now have a solution to something that's been irking them. So it's your way to be an immediate solution and support for your audience. So that's number two. Number three of the whys to do it is also going to help build your reputation in your field for solving problems. So you're going to get feedback and other things that let you know how people enjoyed the event. Did they implement what you told them? And now that feedback that comes back helps you. Feedback always comes back, right? I guess I didn't really need to say that, but your feedback will come back. So when you get your feedback back to you, then that's really going to help you figure out, all right, this is something that I could do even more. Maybe someone says, hey, I love this, and I'm glad for this event. Man, I really want to learn more about this topic. And then you're like, maybe that means I should do a course, an online course, self-paced. That's also something that you could do. And I'll probably revisit an episode about hosting your own courses. And then the other thing that you could, find out from this, people like it a lot. Maybe this might eventually be something like a keynote speech or something to the effect of maybe I could do a short written guide that gives someone step by step by step. And you could use that to build your email list, give out a free guide. Last year in 2025, I gave out a free guide for the year 2025, suggesting, in my opinion, what are the things that would make that year be effective. And then in 2026, early in the year, I actually went back and reviewed my predictions and see what went well and what didn't. And, some of them I nailed and some of them it's to be determined. But that was my free giveaway. So that's one of the things that people ask me sometimes to predict the future, especially when I used to do my Future of OSHA series for the ASSP. That's the guide was a way for me to help build my email list. And it also it made it where I was helping the people, the audience that listen to me. And I really appreciate my audience. My audience comes from former students of mine when I teach my certificate classes. It's not my classes. I'm a contract instructor. So when I teach for the contract instructing company I work with, I really get invested with the students, and sometimes they want to connect with me further. So at that point, doing those free guides, doing the paid events, that is a way for them to reach out and not only support me, but also get some actual things that they're going to need. So those are the whys. So now let's talk about the process and the mechanism for doing your own event. And here is going to be a conversation. I'm going to add a little bit of AI conversation in here as well. And if you have not been starting to use your advanced artificial intelligence systems, this is perfect use for it. So let's say that you want to do an event and you want to figure out what's popular now. One of the old school ways we would do is a keyword search. What's everyone looking for by keyword searching? And then you'll have a keyword search style engine that will report to something, or you get what they used to call a crawler, and that's just like something going through the internet and looking for different words and stuff like that, and then you get an actual thing coming back to you with a report that says these are the keywords that are most popular at this time. And then that just means those are people that are looking for solutions for the actual keyword search. So now if you are going to use a keyword search, then that keyword search itself is going to say to the search engine, I need to know this answer right now. So same thing with your events. If you're going to use the event thing, then keyword search, write down the whatever popular term it is. For me, when I was starting to do my consulting business and writing my course, I just looked up safety consultant. I wanted to see how many people were using that term safety consultant in the search. And it came back that a bunch of people. So I literally made my book, How to Start a Profitable Safety Consultant Business, in 7 steps. And honestly, with that, it came from a keyword search. So when I knew that people were looking for that, that was a way for me to gain that readership, if you would, or that audience. So first thing, what's the solution that you have for the current problem? So you have to do some sort of AI search to figure out what's your current problem. Nowadays, instead of just doing keyword search, you have ChatGPT, you have Claude, you have Gemini, you have all these other AI services that you could use to help you kind of narrow down what are some of the things that people in my field, and for me, it's environmental health and safety. So what is the EHS tools that people need right now? What's the EHS discipline that people need right now? And I'm going to put together an event to help make sure that those people get what they need. Another thing that will help you, so another thought on what you can do is your regulatory agencies. No matter what country you're in, you have regulatory agencies, or you should have regulatory agencies that are going to be regulating environmental health and safety. So look at their meeting minutes. Look at their, for the US, we have the regulatory agenda or unified agenda for OSHA, EPA as well, DOT, all those agencies, MSHA, the Mining Safety and Health Association, Administration, excuse me. Just kind of look to see what's coming up. What are some of the things that are open right now for open comment period? What's people talking about in your association meetings, things like that. Those are the solutions. If you have the discipline to solve a problem and it worked for you, make that an event. And that's going to be something that you could use to honestly promote yourself, get yourself in a position of authority with your group. And that's also going to help you in the long run when it's time for consulting and trying to get yourself into the door of a consultancy for somebody. They would have taken your event or been a participant of your event, and then afterwards with the Q&A or whatever, or if you provide them a way of actually reaching out to you, then you could use that and honestly use that for you to continue the conversation later on. So those are the things that you'll, they call that a sales funnel, if you would. And starting at the top like a regular funnel, and it kind of goes down to a tapered bottom. And the tapered bottom is leading you to the key service you want to provide. And if that's consulting, your event will get more people in the top of that funnel. So the more people you have at the event, the more opportunities you have to serve them as a consultant. So your event is going to end up being the top of the funnel for you. So if you're thinking a sales funnel, why not do your own events? So we're helping people out. We're helping ourselves out with paid events. It is okay, of course, to do free events as well. Again, that's just the free part is still getting people into your funnel. That sales funnel is going to lead towards your final product or a product. And then from there, you're going to perform service, going to do some outstanding service for your people who are going to trust you. And that's the key. You want them to come away thinking, man, Sheldon really helped me with this. Or, man, our business is seeing such benefits because of this event. Those are the things that we're really looking for. So it's not bad for us to make money from things like that. That's how we support ourselves, or else we're going to have to do a job, a second job or a third job or whatever, and we won't have the energy to put into our own business. And now the trickle-down effect is the people we could have helped, we can't help. So this is just a meaningful way for us to support ourselves so that we can keep helping people. All right, so that's another aspect. So here's the mechanism. I use several companies for webinar and seminar services. When I coach people, not only am I trying to coach them into helping them become getting them into safety consulting, but I also want to make sure that I'm going to help them with the actual resource part. So I'm going to go ahead and put on the screen right now if I could find it. Hopefully you didn't kill that. So it's going to be Sheldon. Well, first on the screen, you're going to see the safety consultant blueprint. So for those of you that are just getting started, or you really want to prepare for becoming a consultant, then just go to safetyconsultantblueprint.com. When you get there, you can take the online course, and that's going to help you get started. And usually I tell people start there. So take the course, and it answers questions and really gets you going with honestly getting your organization started. And then for the next line of people, let's say that you've already got it started, or you're thinking about truly branching out even more, then you can reach me at sheldonprimus.com. We'll set up an actual time to talk. I'm going to work with you to figure out what's the best time for you, and just honestly let you get it off your chest. Let you talk to me. Tell me what you're thinking about. Tell me about your current ideas, what your future ideas look like, and then together we'll kind of put together a path as to how to get thought into action. And then that framework, that roadmap is going to turn to how can I now be your accountability partner to get you to take action, and then to truly help you with resources so that you don't have to keep paying and buying for things. And one of those things that I do help the people that I coach is the event planning side. So the event planning side, I have several different event coordinating tools. So what I'll do is just help them put it together and deliver the event. I'm not going to be a speaker, that's your thing, but what I'll do is I'll help you with the software part so that you're going to have that available for you, and you'll be able to use that. So, and everything that I do coaching wise is a negotiation. I'm not giving you a set price for anything and stick with that price. It's what can you afford right now, and then if it's event coordination, then we'll just work on a percentage or something so that we'll work it out. If it's better percentage for you, let's do that. If it's better flat rate for you, let's do that. I'm here to work it out. I don't want to be a barrier to you starting your business. I want to be a help for you starting your business. So that's why I put up the sheldonprimus.com/resources earlier, and just letting you know, hey, when I coach you, I'm in. I'm in together with you. We're in this together. We're going to make it happen, and we're going to work this thing out, and we're doing it wherever you are, whatever rate you get paid, we're going to work it out. We get you going. That's the key. Just get you going, because we're looking for any way to help you help others. And the event mindset is the same thing. So if you're using the event, you're going to think about, and this is another good use for the AI system. You're going to help yourself by getting all the answers that people are going to ask about your event. And some people will see that as a sales page, which eventually you'll end up having to do. So you're going to have what's the name of the event, and probably have to think of a tagline or something similar. Who is this event for? You're going to have to give some detail as to what is the agenda for the event, with some heading details for each agenda point. And then after that, you're going to have to give a little bit about yourself and what makes you the person to give this event. Of course, you're going to have to choose your dates and all that stuff. That's your basics there. If it's in person, if it's online, things like that, you'll have to make sure everybody's aware of. But then after that, the next thing that you're going to end up trying to navigate, if you would, is your price point. So with your price point, and that's up to you what you decide your price point is, you'll have to do cost benefit analysis, and I'll help you with that if being coached by me. That's one of the things we think about too. But honestly, you're thinking about how much do I want to make from this course? How much can I afford as far as resources myself? And then also, what do I think the audience can afford? And there's some benefits to pricing high, pricing low, testing your pricing. I'll give you an idea about that. I used to host my own OSHA well, I still host my own OSHA 10 and 30-hour classes, and OSHA currently has changed the rules. So now you can do these online with the open enrollment. So if you are a 10 and 30-hour OSHA outreach instructor, to host your own event, OSHA has now made it even easier for you to do it. You just have to let your OTI know in time if you follow the requirements. But yeah, host your own. So what I used to do with my in-person OSHA classes back in the day, I tell you guys my prices all the time. I would do $225 for my 10-hour classes, $225 US. And then I wasn't sure how to price my 30-hour classes. So I did a search to see what kind of prices per area. I was in the Florida area. And I tried at first $550 per person for the 30-hour. And then I also tried $375 for the 30-hour class. It was $525 at first. And then I went to $325. And then I did a third class at $425 US, $425. And I found out of my three price ranges that the middle price of $425 for the 30-hour class was the sweet spot in that area. And I did test it out. I've actually got enrollments when I went to the $525. I got enrollments at $375, and I got even more enrollments at the $425 rate. And that's currently the rate I've been using. So I tested the market to see what was the best rate. That's part of your pricing. You may have to do the same event over a short period or over any period of time with different pricing so that you can figure out what's your sweet spot. Eventually, what you'll end up doing is doing some sort of event each month, each quarter, several events a year, and then you could have a cycle that you could start being predictable as to which event you're doing and in what month. And the event cycle could lead to sponsors. So you could get people who want to sponsor your event because you're trying to reach the same audience. And if you are now going to get sponsors for the events, you could then effectively lower the price for the people who are going to be attending the events. So now it'll be a sponsored event. And one of my very, very first events, actually was my first event, was sponsored by Yellowbird. And then I was able to make it a free event on my Safety 101 event that I host each year. So honestly, look for sponsors. And if you know ahead of time what you're going to do, you give the sponsors enough time to spend the sponsorship dollars. And at time of recording right now, it's August of 2026. It's not too early to think of 2027 and letting everybody know what event you're going to do in 2027 to seek some sponsors. So kind of think that one out, because you're really going to do your best when you do your own hosting your own events to try to plan ahead. Typically speaking, you want to do about 2 to 3 months ahead of time to have your event posted. And there's currently, I already got 2 events that people have already, one in April. Someone's asked me to give them a quote about speaking, and that's April 2027. And again, we're in August of 2026. And then I've just heard about the Safety FM event that they're going to be doing. I think that's February, and that's going to be in Australia with a conference. It's not their event; it's just a conference they're going to be at, and they're going to be, I believe, I'll have to ask Jay, but I think there's something they're doing there. But again, the idea is you're already thinking 6 months ahead, 5 months ahead, 4 months ahead for when you're doing your events, so that you have time to promote the event. And then lastly, for our conversation, how do you promote the events? Like this, you could do a live streaming thing. And again, for people like Coach, I have the resources already. If you guys go to sheldonprimus.com/resources, you can kind of get a list of different resources that I have. If I'm coaching you, we're sharing some resources, and I'll just put you on, and you could actually use my live streaming capabilities to help your networking and audience. And honestly, there's other areas. There's YouTube and a few other things, and we'll work that out to get you set up with those, so you don't have to feel like I can't do this. We could do this. Not I. We got you. We'll work together. And I got resources, and so might as well share my resources, and it'll cut down your cost to get in, so that those are things that you're going to use to get your business going, get the tools and the services and everything else that you need in other ways. You don't have to pay for a membership here. You don't have to pay for an online resource for doing event hosting. I got you. So there you go. That's the other thing that you're going to be thinking about for the whole thought and the whole process of the event management. And then the after portion of the event management is to figure out, oh yeah, I forgot to give you some other promotion tip before I do the wrap up. You're going to want to promote also on where you think your audience will be. So for our business audience, LinkedIn is really a good place to do your promotion. Your promotion is going to be posting. You could post actual articles. You could post live streams like this. You could just go ahead and post little notifications. I've got a service that I use that I set up a calendar of posts. So basically I set it up one time, and then throughout the month or throughout the week, it just automatically posts for me. Same thing with some of these videos. Some of these videos, they come off as live stream. Today is a live stream if you're watching it right now in the August 26th timeframe. But I could also repurpose this, and you'll see shorts on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@safety consultant. So when you do @safety consultant, you can see the YouTube, and you can see that I have minis and shorts and all that. Then those are coming in from a service, and the service is going to chop this big long form video, and it's going to make it into shorter units so that it could translate better and try to grab some people onto the channel. And then that's, again, the top of the funnel leading towards the event, which is going to be towards the bottom of the funnel. And then the actual base of the funnel is going to be my coaching service or my service related to coming out and doing some consulting for a company. So again, I'm transparent in what I do. You guys know what I do. I'm trying to teach you guys what I do, but then I'm also learning from some of you as well. So it's a two-way street. But at least if you're going to do your own events, the ball is in your court, and you will benefit from that. Where when I do webinars for other companies, I have a set webinar price that I charge, and that's my rate. I negotiate for that, and that's anybody who wants to hire me as a webinar company. I give them the same dollar figure as I don't work for a certain amount. It's just not it's too little for me. And in some cases, they tell me no, and I'm like, that's fine. You're just not my target audience. But in some cases, they'll go ahead and they'll get my rate. So that's just up to them. But in order for you to get to that point of negotiation and stuff, you're going to have to actually build an audience so that people will see that people like listening to this guy. That might be worth our investment. So same thing with sponsors. The more events you do, the more streaming you do in some cases, it builds your profile, it builds your numbers, and anybody that's going to be a sponsor for you, they want to know what your reach is. So then you're going to have to produce some sort of reach for them. And once you do that, that's only going to come from you sharing, the data set from your events or from your podcast or your video feed or something similar. And again, for people like Coach, I help you guys with podcasts and stuff like that. I've got a hosting service as well. So there you go. I just wanted to at least give you guys the mindset to think big. You could do this. You honestly, you don't want to think that you always have to rely on another service or another company. You can also plan it for yourself. So I want to let you guys think about that. It's a really good thing for you to think about. It's something that is easy for you to do nowadays. Before, it was really hard for you to set up the system because it was just cost effective. It wasn't cost effective, but it's easier now. And then if you work with me, it's even easier than that. We'll work it out as your mentor and your coach. We'll work it out. I got you. All right. So for you guys that are stuck around or caught in the middle or catch me in a replay, just know that I'm with you. You guys got this thing, and I am going to take off for the rest of the day. I've got some more client stuff that I'm going to do while I'm in the Palm Beach area before I go back into. I'm actually in Salt Lake City for this month and all of September. So if you guys are in the Salt Lake City area, reach out to me, and hopefully I get a chance to see you guys. And then I'm heading back west. So that's my schedule. Keep an eye on sheldonprimus.com/events for my events coming up, because I am preparing a bunch of new events. And then check out the resource page, sheldonprimus.com/resources, so that you could get to understand some of the resources I have. And I've made some deals with other companies. So if you were to use my affiliate link or talk to whoever that I recommend and tell them you heard about you heard about their company from my recommendation, you could get a substantial discount. It ain't going to cost you any more. It's actually going to cost you less. So go ahead to the sheldonprimus.com/resources, and that's going to really help you out. Okay. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Go get them.
That's a wrap for today's safety show. Remember, safety isn't just about hard hats and caution signs. It's about business smarts too. Thanks for joining us on the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus. Until next time, stay safe, stay savvy, and keep consulting like a boss. Go get 'em. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast or broadcast are those of the host and its guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within the past hour, only examples. It should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the positions of the company. No part of this podcast or broadcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast or broadcast, Sheldon Primus.
This episode has been powered by Safety FM.